The fate of thousands of federal workers hangs in the balance as a legal battle unfolds. A judge's order has halted the Trump administration's plans to lay off employees during the government shutdown, sparking a heated debate over the limits of executive power and the rights of workers. But is this a victory for federal employees or a temporary setback for the administration? Just days after the administration's confirmation of layoffs affecting 4,000 workers, U.S. District Judge Susan Illston stepped in. She sided with two unions, agreeing that the administration was exploiting the funding lapse, which started on October 1st, to push through its agenda of federal government downsizing. This move has raised eyebrows and concerns about the legality of such actions. Judge Illston pointed to statements by President Trump and his budget chief, Russell Vought, as evidence of political motives. Trump's remarks about targeting Democrat agencies for cuts were particularly telling, but the administration argues that the unions should have taken their case to a federal labor board first, not directly to the courts. The Trump administration is likely to challenge this restraining order, suggesting a prolonged legal battle. On Friday, several major departments, including Treasury and Health and Human Services, HHS, began notifying employees of potential layoffs. Even Homeland Security, typically considered essential, planned to lay off workers at its cybersecurity agency. The Office of Management and Budget's filing revealed a significant impact on the Treasury Department, with over 1,400 employees receiving notices. HHS, initially planning to notify up to 1,200 employees, later reduced the number to around 600. Other departments, such as Education and Housing and Urban Development, aim to lay off 400 employees each, while Commerce, Energy, and Homeland Security targeted smaller-scale cuts. Vaught's comments on the podcast, The Charlie Kirk Show, hinted at a larger plan, stating that the 4,000 layoffs were just the beginning. He suggested that the shutdown provided an opportunity to push through these cuts, a strategy that has unions and workers on edge. This raises the question, is it ethical to use a government shutdown to advance a political agenda? The unions, American Federation of Government Employees and AFL-CIO, swiftly filed a lawsuit and requested an emergency restraining order, arguing that layoffs are not an essential service during a funding lapse. They also contend that the shutdown doesn't warrant mass firings, especially when most federal workers are already furloughed without pay. As the shutdown drags into its third week, the Senate's inability to pass a resolution to reopen the government adds to the tension. Republicans, in control of Congress and the White House, point fingers at Democrats, claiming they should support a funding resolution without conditions. Democrats, however, remain steadfast in their demands for addressing healthcare costs for lower-income citizens. The controversy deepens as the legal and political battle lines are drawn. Will the administration's appeal succeed? Or will the unions prevail? What are your thoughts on the ethics of using a shutdown to push through layoffs? Share your opinions below, and let's explore the complexities of this critical issue.